Alright, first off, so you can add custom cybercrime music without needing a special mod to do so. I mean, pretty neat if I do say so myself. I mean, I have all these tracks here that I could just play whenever I want without needing a mod. There are also new cheats, like enemies attack each other, enemies ignore players. There's also a god mode cheat in here. Very cool stuff. There's now also a parry screen flash that, like, you know, when you parry, there's a little white flash. So, for example, if I were to turn this off and spawn in, like, a stray here, and punch back his projectile, there's no flash. So this could potentially help if you just want to keep focus on whatever's going on. Speaking of parrying is also a ton easier now. It now has a 3-frame window, and the parrying radius is wider. So with this hideous master, he's going to use his harpoon, and I can just easily parry it back. The harpoon also has the same mercy frames now as what I assume to be the Cerberus orb. So there's that as well. So, like, I'm gonna try and get a better example of the parry window. Okay, that was a fail. Let's not die here, because that would be stupid. Yeah, see? Like, the parry radius is a little wider. I mean, that wasn't a very good example, but the parry radius is wider, it is longer, it's easier to parry, like, much easier to parry. So do what you will with that information. Power-ups and pedestals can now also be edited by duration. Like, for example, with this thing here, we can upgrade it to 100 seconds. 0 is infinity, so there's that. We can also make it have infinite uses as well. And with the skull over here, you can also change its altar type from red to torch. That's also pretty neat. You can also change if it has a skull or not. So let's see here. Yeah, you can just do this as much as you like. Totally not broken at all, as you can see here. With hookshot sling points, you can also, like, change your force as well. So right now it's at 0. And I just fly through it normally. We can change it to 200. What consequences will this cause? Oh boy. Those are some consequences, alright. And if we bring it to negative values, I assume it'll sling us backwards. Yeah, just like that. So that's pretty cool. Some charge effects have also been improved to add to the style, I guess. Like, if you see here, I mean, you notice that the previous charge effect looked a little less smooth, I guess you could say. And here it looks more smooth, so there's that. Freeze-frame rocket launcher also got buffed. Normally when you shoot enemies such as a soldier... Okay, well that was a bad example. I guess if you shoot soldiers directly with a rocket, they die either way. But let's say that you have a soldier here and you have, like, a schism here as well. If I were to shoot this guy with a normal rocket launcher... Oh my god. If I were to shoot this guy with a normal rocket launcher, you see the soldier wouldn't really get hurt much. I guess this is a consequence of having blind enemies in the world. Let me turn that off quick. So let's say I turn that off and we bring a... Oh my god, they're socially distancing now. Okay. I see how it is. Alright, schism here, shoot it there, and oh. Okay, well now the soldier will kind of block rockets, so yeah, pretend like none of this ever happened. Alright, so let's say that we have a soldier here, and he shouldn't understand, of course, he has rocket resistance. But we do this... Okay. If we do this, the rocket turns supercharged, and now if it hits him, it creates a ray explosion, which actually kills him. I don't know why this took so long to demonstrate. This was stupid. But nonetheless, the freeze-frame rocket launcher got buffed to produce red explosions when it hits an enemy after being supercharged for a second in freeze-frame state. The sharpshooter also got buffed in its alternative state. Now it charges, like, instantly, so if I were to tap right-click, it just shoots, like, instantly, so that's pretty nice. Very nice to have. You can now also bowl with mind players if you use a knuckle buster. which I find to be pretty cool. I mean, pretty useful for the cybercrime when you have like a mind flare and you can just punch a knuckle buster. So that's something to know. The screwdriver has also been buffed as well. So usually when you shoot an enemy with a screwdriver and you parry it, it won't really do much. But if you parry it now, it actually does the remainder of the damage that the screwdriver will do, which I believe is actually... Oh, well, I gotta wait for it to recharge. How about no? Alright, so, for example, if I were to shoot this Cerberus and not parry the screwdriver out of its heart, pretty sure will do less damage. So, the parry now does extra damage, and does the remainder of the damage that the screwdriver normally would do, which is pretty strong. It makes the screwdriver actually kind of viable. Radiant speed modifiers also don't affect projectile speed anymore. So, like, for example, if I were to bring this guy up to ×6 speed and unblind him, you would see he actually still shoots regular speed projectiles instead of firing projectiles at hyper speed, which is, of course, very cool. Very much needed. Rocket riding's also been kind of made easier. So, like, for example, if I were to shoot a rocket down here, and... Okay. If I shoot a rocket down here, go downwards and do that, now I'm riding the rocket. So riding rockets is now kind of easier, even though I still prefer to do this. So you figure out how to do that on your own, though. Swords machines also... Okay, where'd he go? So if I were to bring this swords machine to a second phase, his sword throw will actually now come back to him much quicker. So if he throws his sword towards me, his sword's gonna come back to him at like a rather faster speed. Like that, or like that. See, it comes right on back, which will help the swords machine, of course, attack you faster and not make it look like a freaking idle Dumbo. Enemies that also spawn inside rockets now also cause red explosions. You see how the Prehistorium wasn't charged there before the Phil spawned? So, like, if I were to do that again, Prehistorium rocket, shoot it, and then have a Phil spawn in it without it being supercharged, that will cause a nuclear explosion. An explosion the same size as a nuke, which is actually pretty strong. I mean, for Cybergrind turns anyway, we've got enemies spawning all over the place. Don't touch yada yada challenges can now be restarted upon hitting a checkpoint, and then, you know, see how it says no, and then you just hit checkpoint, and now it says yes. Of course, this makes these challenges a whole ton easier, because usually you have to restart the entire level. My diction is terrible today. I am so sorry if you had to hear all this. Speaking of swords machines from earlier, swords machines now have a base radiance health of 1.5 instead of ×2 now. So this is a ×2 swords machine. I should move a rail cannon. Of course, he's going to take a while to kill now. Yeah, quite a bit to kill. But compared to the 1.5 times health swords machine, I mean, you can see how much faster this goes. It goes faster by about 2 seconds. And ULTRAKILL lock can happen in 2 seconds, so there's that. Explosions can presumably no longer hit enemies through walls, so like, I have a bunch of skipsons behind this wall, I shoot you. Oh. Well, that was a lie. I think I've been lied to. Hang on, maybe that was just... Hang on. Oh. So, they haven't been fixed. Okay, then, guess the patch notes lied. Alright, now enough about features. Let's talk about some enemies real quick. So, we have the mannequin. So, mannequins, they're pretty easy to deal with. They're fast, they're a little hard to hit, but overall, they're not that bad. They throw homing projectiles, you can parry them, scurries around like a little spider, which is actually freaking terrifying. Hey, you guys aren't supposed to be here. I'm doing a demonstration. Die! Oh. Oh, I accidentally killed Jonathan in the process. Alright, come back here, Jonathan. Listen, we need you. So, yeah, you parry that. There's a little 1-2 swing. You can kill them in just one parry, because they have around the same health as a Schism. They just have, like, 1 less health than the Schism. So they're not that big of a threat. They're fodder enemies. They're the strongest fodder enemies by far. But overall, they're not that bad. We also have the Gutter Man as well. The Gutter Man just kind of fires at you with his little minigun. Doesn't really do much. You can throw coins into his little... Yeah, but unfortunately that doesn't do the exact amount of damage if you were to do it yourself, so you might as well just shoot your own coins, because throwing your coins into his minigun fire won't really do much. you can get rid of his shield by punching it off with a Knuckle Blaster. And after that, his punch becomes parryable. Like this. Just kind of take care of him quickly. They're honestly the easiest enemies that have been added into the game. Like, they're not that big of a threat. They track you with their minigun, but their minigun's so easy to avoid, and their attacks are so predictable. You might as well not even worry about them. If anything, they're actually more of a utility, because if you ground pound on them, they freaking explode in a red explosion. So, yeah, honestly, Guttermen, they really do a big disservice to their own kind. But Gutter Tanks, on the other hand, I don't like these guys. I don't like these guys at all. They shoot their rocket launchers at you, and they're a little annoying. You can freeze frame their rockets and ride them even, but they're just really annoying. But you can do this, as if you would actually do that in your regular Cybergrind game. They also drop these mines that you can parry. Mines can also be ground pounded off the floor, just in case you never wanted to deal with them to begin with. So there's that. Really, all I would do is just shoot them with the rocket launcher. Just keep your distance from them because they'll punch you if you get too close. The rockets are just easy to avoid if you keep moving. And they also have a ton of health. So really just kind of focus on them with rockets and projectile boosts, maybe even some coins, and they'll be gone in no time. It's also worth noting that Guttermen explode instantly upon death within the Cybergrind, so if I were to kill this Gutterman right here, eventually, yeah, he'll fall down and he will explode instantly. So these guys are even more of a disservice to their own kind than they are to the actual player. Use them as a utility. Their red explosions don't even deal damage to you. So that's also something to note. The red explosions don't deal damage to you, and they kill other enemies. So, yeah, they're literally a utility. Now these guys aren't really going to be added to the Cybergrind or anything. I really wish they were added to the Cybergrind, because the Minotaurs are very cool. But, I mean, the Minotaur, he's kind of easy to dodge. Really, all you need to do is just keep your distance, stay in the air. He isn't that big of a threat. Just kind of like shoot him with explosions, hit him with points. He has a little weak spot on his chest there. It's a little hard to hit, so you gotta get down to the ground for it. A little difficult to hit. You can also hit him by his limbs as well if you want to. Really, just use explosions. You can also parry him if you want to. I failed to parry, but it's not that bad. He's honestly the first boss in Violent Slayer. He's just really tanky. He's just a bit tanky. I kind of wish he was a special enemy, but I'm not sure if it would work on the Cybergrind. Let's also do the parry thing when he tries to ram into you real quick, if I can get that to happen. Alright, come on. Come on, dude. There we go. I failed again. Well, just know that you can parry that attack as seen by the yellow flash. It's a very rewarding parry. Again, let's try and get that to happen. Oh my god, you're wasting my time here, Mr. Minotaur. Please. Okay, you know what? Just die. I don't care anymore. I can't parry for crap, but just know that you can parry that attack, and it's very rewarding if he's ever seen ever again. Probably not. Probably also worth noting is that if you stick magnets into an enemy and then get a gutter tank to shoot his blaster, his rockets will actually go into that enemy, if I can get it to happen. Alright, come on. Just shoot the source machine. Just shoot the source machine. Yeah, see how that happens? That's honestly pretty cool. So you can use the gutter tank to kill enemies if you really want to, although it's pretty inconsistent, as you can see, so I wouldn't really recommend it. Honestly, I wish you could... You can magnetize the gutter tank and hit himself and try to get him to shoot himself with his own rockets, but that doesn't really work. I mean, I can try it right now. See, 3 magnets on top of him. It doesn't really do much, so don't really try that. The magnets also apply to Big Jonnifer as well, so for example, if I stick a bunch of magnets on him, the magnets will actually go back to himself, which is kind of hilarious. But magnets do dissipate after a while after rockets have been magnetized into them, so don't really abuse this. You can't really abuse this. I suck so far. Yeah, I can't really do much. Okay, well, rockets in general are just kind of magnetized through the magnets. Alright, that's cool. Let's just kill Big Jonathan already before he causes a bigger ruckus. We don't like Big Jonathan. At least I don't like Big Jonathan. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that's all the important stuff you really need to know about the update with all the enemies and stuff. So, I mean, this was a terrible demonstration because I am a terrible YouTuber. I don't know how to make content that much. I'm not that creative. So, thanks for watching or something. I don't know.